How is the coronavirus going to influence or change your Amazon FBA business, whether you are a current seller or if you're just getting in right now? Should you continue product research or should you stop and wait for everything to blow over? I'm just going to give you a quick update on how the virus has affected my personal business, because I've been getting so many messages as well of people asking how it affected me personally and what should they do, and I'm here to answer that question for you so you know, kind of gauge the situation, okay? So let's get into it. And by the way, my name is Karina. Welcome to my Amazon FBA channel. If you are new here, I teach people how to sell on Amazon. I have a club. It's the original club. It's linked down below if you want to be part of our community. Anyway, so back to the coronavirus. It's very, very tragic and sad. And you know, if you do have a supplier, do send them a heartfelt message and just let them know that you are there to send positive thoughts their way and to kind of contribute your mental support, because it is very difficult times. I mean, I'm in the US and we haven't had something like this. I mean, I know there's the flu and people pass away from that. It's just kind of, I guess, unexpected that this is occurring, and it's definitely affecting a lot of people and a lot of businesses in China, things like that. So it's just good to pass on that positive energy. So do that if you haven't already. But how is this actually going to affect you on the business term? Well, I'll tell you how it has been for me. For my current suppliers, they are not near Wuhan, so they have been kind of half and half. I reached out to my suppliers and they let me know that they are still able to produce my orders. So this is how it's kind of laid out. Half of the factory workers that were kind of the agents, when you message someone on Alibaba, they're there to reply to you and answer your messages. And half of those were not there, right? They were working from home. That is what my factories told me, that those agents that did not require to be inside the factory were just answering everything and working as if they were just from their houses, probably, of course, to kind of minimize contact, which is great for safety. However, they also let me know that the factory workers that actually put the supply together are still at the factory, because most of them live in close proximity to the factory, so they are there still continuing to pack and ship the products out. So I was informed that I could still place orders, and in fact I did, and nothing was affected in that way. So I was still able to communicate and my orders were still being processed. Now, what about sourcing other products? Because I'm constantly doing that as well. I am sourcing new products right now, and I've been communicating with many new factories, and the thing that I have personally noticed is an increased lead time. It's not such as our production, or it's completely stopped everything. And it's actually interesting how this whole case happened. It happened right kind of towards the end of the Chinese New Year. So I know that some factories extended their holiday just to probably minimize contamination and everything like that. But around the time the virus had a really big kind of outbreak, that's when the Chinese New Year festivities and celebration was supposed to end. So some of them did prolong that. So, okay, so I was talking to the suppliers, trying to source new product, and the lead time has increased. I wouldn't say it's anything drastic. Maybe it's about 2 to 3 weeks average based on the coronavirus, and that's probably due to the fact that they're probably short-staffed and they have other orders backed up from the Chinese New Year. So that's what is making it longer. The fact that not only are orders already backed up because of the Chinese New Year, since production has been stopped for like 2 to 4 weeks, depending on the factory. Now they also have this outbreak where some of the workers are probably not coming in or having to stay home and work from home. So they do have a longer lead time. So that's another thing that I did notice, but that didn't really stop anything, because you can still get your product manufactured. Now, the number one question I get is, especially from new time sellers, is should I stop my product research and should I kind of wait until this whole thing passes over to continue the Amazon FBA? And the answer to that is, of course not. It really depends on the factory. I've heard that some of them aren't working, but there will be some that are, hopefully for your niche. I haven't had any experiences personally with the products I'm selling or the products I'm sourcing right now where anything has been completely closed and they said they can't ship the order over or anything like that. but the only problem is the longer lead time, which is slightly uncomfortable, but it's much better than having it stopped. So if you are kind of wondering if you should continue doing your research or if you should stop, the answer is, of course, continue doing your research and continue talking. At the very least, they will still reply to you because the agents do have access to their computers, so they will still negotiate with you and give you an approximate time of when operations will start if they haven't already. But my kind of assumption is that they're probably working, it's just going to be longer. So I don't know kind of how this is all gonna work. I heard some of my suppliers told me that it's more contained now and it's less of a risk, but it is quite dangerous in other countries as well. So kind of stay cautious with that situation. But by all means, do continue doing your product research, and I hope that everything is going to subside quite sooner rather than later, because a lot of people it's kind of affecting everybody. So it's kind of that's the negative side of it. But by any means, do not stop your product research and don't stop negotiating and contacting the suppliers. That's my little update. Just wanted to let you know people are making it a very, very big deal, and it is in the health situation, but as far as really affecting your business in a tremendously negative way, that has not happened yet, and I don't really think it's going to happen. Let me know if you have any other experiences with your suppliers and kind of the things they're telling you, or if any of your lead times slow down, if any factories said they're not working. I'd be curious to know your experience with this. And that's gonna be it for this update. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.